The heart of the Caribbean Sea lies in Cuba, one of the world's most intriguing islands. Despite its gradual opening to the world in the 1990s, it retains a sense of relative isolation, adding to its mystique and making it a source of wonder for many outsiders. This largest island in the Caribbean and the 17th largest in the world sits proudly in a strategic spot within the Western Hemisphere. Its geographical position alone makes it truly noteworthy. Coupled with its vibrant history and breathtaking scenery, Cuba becomes a country that is impossible to overlook. When we think of Cuba, the names Fidel Castro and Che Guevara often come to mind. While the impact of these iconic figures on the nation's history is undeniable, Cuba is far more than just their legacy. This dynamic and diverse country, brimming with life and rich history, is home to over 11 million people. This nation is a long, narrow island stretching 1,200 kilometers from east to west, but it is only about 100 kilometers wide at most points. To give you a sense of its size, picture this. If you were to stack copies of Cuba together to cover the United States, you would need 87 of them. Long before European explorers set foot in the Caribbean, Cuba was a thriving home to various indigenous cultures. The island's story began with the Guanahatabey, the earliest known inhabitants, who lived in harmony with nature. Over time, they were succeeded by the Taíno people, who rose to become the dominant group. The Taíno brought with them advanced agricultural practices, cultivating essential crops like maize, yucca, and tobacco, which formed the backbone of their economy and daily life. However, the early 16th century brought dramatic change. With the arrival of Spanish colonizers, the Taíno were overthrown, marking the beginning of a new and tumultuous chapter in Cuba's rich history. The Spaniards established their first permanent settlement in Baracoa in 1511. The Spanish colonizers forced many of the Taíno people into slavery. Tragically, most of them perished due to overwork and the diseases introduced by the Europeans. Fast forward to the modern era, Cuba's vibrant culture is a lively blend of native, African, and European influences, making it renowned worldwide. This rich history is reflected in every aspect of Cuban life: its food, language, art, and especially its music. Year-round, the streets of Havana burst into life with the sounds of bands playing everywhere. This festive spirit showcases the resilience of the Cuban people. Despite the challenges posed by economic isolation and restrictive policies, which limit access to food, transportation, electricity, and other essentials, many Cubans take immense pride in their unique revolutionary society, the only one of its kind in Latin America. Boasting a history of human habitation that stretches back 8,000 to 10,000 years, Cuba is a treasure trove of remarkable and astonishing discoveries that endlessly intrigue scientists. Some of these findings are so extraordinary that they border on the unbelievable. Let's now dive into these groundbreaking discoveries that shocked the scientific world. Lost sunken city of Cuba. Deep beneath the waters near Cuba, strange stone formations lie hidden, presenting one of archaeology's most intriguing unsolved mysteries. Some researchers are convinced that these stones are the remnants of ancient man-made structures, possibly even predating the Egyptian pyramids, hinting at an advanced civilization that tragically sank beneath the waves. Speculation has even arisen that this could be the legendary lost city of Atlantis, igniting a media frenzy. The government, National Museum, and National Geographic have all expressed keen interest in the discovery, pledging to investigate the mysterious sonar images. However, some believe these stones are merely natural formations, sculpted by the forces of nature over time. The discovery first came to light in 2001, when marine engineer Pauline Zalitsky and her husband Paul Weinsweig, who run the Canadian company Advanced Digital Communications, were working with the Cuban government. They were on a survey mission off the coast of the Guanahatabes Peninsula in Cuba's Pinar del Rio province when they stumbled upon the intriguing find. Their sonar scans uncovered a fascinating collection of stone structures on the ocean floor, around 2,000 feet deep. The images showed smooth, flat stones arranged symmetrically, hinting that they might have been crafted by human hands. After this initial discovery, the husband and wife team returned to the site with a remote-operated robot outfitted with cutting-edge underwater visual recording equipment. The footage confirmed their findings. a series of smooth granite blocks that appeared to have been deliberately cut and shaped, some measuring up to 8 by 10 feet. These stones exhibited various geometric shapes, with some appearing deliberately stacked like pyramids, while others were arranged in circular formations. To the experts, the stones appear to be arranged in a manner reminiscent of urban development. They argue that the structures cannot be easily explained from a geological standpoint. There is too much organization, symmetry, and repetition of form. The team theorizes that if these structures are man-made, they would have originally been built on dry land and were later submerged due to rising sea levels. If this is indeed the remnant of a lost city, it raises the intriguing questions. Who built it, and what happened to the builders of this mysterious sunken city? However, taking an opposing viewpoint, some experts argue that the rock formations could simply be the result of Mother Nature's wonders, noting that nature is capable of producing some truly incredible structures. If this is true, and these stone formations are natural, rather than remnants of an ancient submerged city, geologists and other scientists would undoubtedly jump at the chance to investigate what extraordinary natural event created such peculiar formations. Yet, curiously, no follow-up inquiries have been recorded, and the media has completely stopped reporting on the situation. This swift dismissal of the story has led some to question whether the information about the results has been deliberately kept from the public. Secret China spy base. The Chinese spy balloon incident over the United States sent shockwaves around the globe, showcasing China's audacious maneuvers against its powerful rival. But the story didn't end there. It was revealed that China has been operating an eavesdropping facility right on America's doorstep, in Cuba, just 100 miles from Florida. The revelation has plunged officials into a high-stakes game of cat and mouse, with authorities alternately denying and confirming the reports as if they were trading cards in a heated exchange. According to Biden administration officials, the Chinese covert spy base in Cuba predates the current administration and underwent significant upgrades in 2019. This upgrade was part of Beijing's broader strategy to bolster its global intelligence gathering capabilities. However, some Cuban officials have vehemently denied these claims, labeling the reports as malicious and unfounded. They pointed out that the only foreign military presence on Cuban soil is the Guantanamo Bay Naval Base, which is in fact operated by the United States. U.S. officials have long suspected that the facility is discreetly situated just outside the unassuming Cuban village of Bajucal, a location with a shadowy past that once concealed Soviet nuclear warheads. According to some reports, high on a ridge above the town, partially hidden by a hillside of royal palms, large parabolic antennas can be observed. Adding to the eerie scene, a rusted white metal dome, reminiscent of structures that house antennas, hovers over the dark jungle, its sides adorned with cryptic black triangles, some inverted. It's believed that these covert facilities are being used to intercept U.S. electronic communications. Some experts argue that in today's high-tech world, a listening post would offer China only marginal value, given Beijing's access to far more advanced espionage equipment and techniques. However, they do acknowledge that maintaining a spy base in Cuba carries significant symbolic value for China, serving as a bold statement of its global reach and strategic ambitions. If the existence of this covert spy facility is confirmed, it raises some fascinating questions. What is China's ultimate objective with this secret base? Is it simply for intelligence gathering, or is it part of a broader strategy to undermine American influence in the Caribbean and Latin America? The defiant message. In October 1962, during the height of the Cold War, Cuba became a pawn in the power games between the two titans, the United States and the Soviet Union. The Cuban Missile Crisis ignited when the Soviet Union stationed nuclear missiles in communist-controlled Cuba, a mere 124 miles from the U.S. coast. In response, the United States blockaded the island and threatened to invade unless the missiles were removed, pushing the two nuclear superpowers to the brink of World War III. In the end, a tense agreement was struck. The Soviet Union would withdraw its missiles from Cuba, and in exchange, the United States would dismantle its nuclear missiles in Turkey. Although the United States did not launch a full-scale invasion of Cuba, the defensive system of bunkers and trenches built to protect the island still stands, The network of bunkers and trenches created an interconnected system of fortifications designed to thwart any American invasion of Cuba. These concrete bunkers feature a main and elevated opening facing the sea, along with a primary rear entrance and 2 side exits. The trenches, dug into the bedrock, link the bunkers to a storage area, providing a comprehensive defensive structure. Archaeologists are documenting these Cold War defenses using advanced 3D photogrammetry. This technique involves taking numerous digital photos of an object, which are then processed by software to create a detailed 3D model. In the Cuban bunkers, archaeologists were able to uncover intriguing graffiti on the walls. Some of the individuals stationed in these fortifications left defiant messages on the walls. One particularly intriguing inscription from the missile crisis period reads, "Aquí no se rinde nadie," meaning, "No one is giving up here." This message offers a glimpse into the prevailing emotions of some soldiers during that period, showcasing their unwavering determination to fight if war erupted. Red crab invasion. Each spring, Cuba's Bay of Pigs becomes the setting for a truly unique natural spectacle, as millions of red land crabs emerge from the forests and embark on their breeding journey to the sea. This awe-inspiring phenomenon, unmatched anywhere else in the world, can also wreak havoc on daily life. Roads become blanketed with the pungent remains of crushed crabs, and car owners frequently have to repair tires shredded by the crab's sharp shells. Moreover, even seafood-loving Cubans avoid them due to their harmful toxins. These red crabs, descendants of their marine ancestors known to scientists as Gecarcoidea, rely on gills that must remain moist for breathing, prompting them to dig tunnels for shelter during the spring rains. During this time, male and female crabs come together for mating. The females, now carrying eggs, embark on an incredible journey to the sea, facing a lot of obstacles like roads and resort swimming pools along the way. Their journey can span up to 6 miles and may take several days to complete. Their survival depends on finding shade to prevent dehydration under the scorching sun and avoiding cars as they make their way to the ocean. Upon reaching the sea, female crabs face the challenge of laying their eggs without being swept away by the waves. Once they successfully deposit their eggs, the hatchlings emerge, and after a few weeks, embark on their journey back to the forests, continuing the cycle. This remarkable migration has become a unique tourist attraction, prompting the creation of crab crossings to protect these fascinating creatures. The world's most dangerous tree. While many plants graciously supply us with vital necessities like shade, oxygen, and food, a select few conceal a lethal danger. One such perilous example is the manchineel tree, aptly nicknamed the Tree of Death, which holds the title of the most dangerous tree on Earth. This tree may be endangered, but anyone who tries to disturb it risks their own safety. It's native to the Caribbean islands, but can also be found in Central America, southern Florida, and other tropical regions. Throughout history, explorers have had terrifying encounters with the manchineel tree. According to some accounts, the famous explorer Christopher Columbus referred to the tree's fruit as manzanilla de la muerte, meaning the little apple of death. Captain James Cook's crew suffered temporary blindness after unknowingly touching their eyes following the chopping of manchineel wood. Indigenous Caribbean people even harnessed its toxic sap to poison their arrows, using the tree's lethal properties to deadly effect. Every part of the manchineel tree is poisonous. Its greenish-yellow fruits, which look like small apples, are about 1 to 2 inches wide. Taking even a single bite can lead to hours of intense pain and possibly even death. Just being near this tree is dangerous, as its toxic scent can cause severe respiratory problems. Despite its lethal nature, the manchineel tree intrigues botanists with its mysterious toxins found in both its fruit and sap. The Cuban blue scorpion. Cuba is truly blessed with extraordinary natural wonders, and among these hidden treasures is an unassuming small-sized creature with venom that might hold the key to a medical miracle, the Cuban blue scorpion. Scientifically known as Rhopalurus juncius, this fascinating scorpion is one of 36 species native to Cuba. Renowned for its striking blue tail, the venom of the Cuban blue scorpion has shown remarkable promise in tackling a variety of health challenges. While scorpions are often feared for their deadly venom, the Cuban blue scorpion's venom has unique properties that set it apart. It boasts anti-inflammatory and pain-relieving effects, and intriguingly, potential anti-cancer properties. In the 1980s, biologist Misael Bourdieu discovered that the venom could reduce tumors. There's one interesting account on which a Cuban parent used a mixture of scorpion venom and water to treat their daughter's pancreatic cancer, leading to her remarkable recovery. However, it's important to keep in mind that the therapeutic benefits of the Cuban blue scorpion's venom are still speculative, as solid evidence is lacking. Nonetheless, this fascinating creature presents intriguing possibilities, and more scientific research is necessary to fully understand its potential. Despite the uncertainties, it offers a glimmer of hope that nature might hold cures for some of the world's most deadly diseases. Extinct venomous mammal rediscovered. In a remarkable discovery, the Cuban solenodon, a primitive and venomous mammal native to Cuba, has resurfaced after a decade-long quest to find it. This insect-eating shrew, part of a mammalian line that has existed since the time of the dinosaurs, is often called a living fossil. Solenodons secrete venomous saliva through a groove in their front teeth, an ancient trait more commonly found in reptiles. The solenodons experienced a sharp decline in the 19th century due to deforestation and the introduction of invasive species. Its nocturnal nature, slow movement, and inability to defend itself made it an easy target for predators. By the 1970s, it was believed to have vanished completely. However, in 2003, a solenodon was spotted in Alejandro de Humboldt National Park in Cuba's northeast, rekindling hope. In the years since, a few more of these rare specimens have been found, sometimes by villagers who often treat these nearly extinct animals poorly. Although conservation efforts are limited, there is hope that this unique species will survive and thrive, keeping a living relic of Earth's natural history alive. Guantanamo Bay secret prisons. On April 24, 2011, the world was stunned by the release of the Guantanamo Files, a cache of documents leaked by U.S. Army intelligence officer Chelsea Manning. These files unveiled the shocking and often inhumane treatment of prisoners at the Guantanamo Bay military prison in southern Cuba, cementing its infamous reputation as one of the most controversial detention facilities in the world. The world was told that Guantanamo Bay military base housed the worst of the worst inmates. The leaked documents exposed a harsh truth. Prisoners suffered severe physical and mental deterioration, especially those subjected to months of enhanced interrogation techniques. Many were flown to Guantanamo and held captive for years on the flimsiest grounds, or based on confessions coerced through maltreatment. Over the past 2 decades, 780 men have been detained at the facility established in 2001. These detentions are inextricably linked to numerous layers of unlawful government conduct, including secret transfers, force-feeding of hunger strikers, torture, and enforced disappearances. Despite numerous pleas from international human rights organizations to close it permanently, the facility remains open, still housing 30 men. It serves as a stark reminder of the lengths powerful countries will go to in pursuit of their objective. Alaska, America's last frontier. It's a sanctuary of unspoiled nature, teeming with diverse wildlife, dramatic scenery, housing approximately 100,000 glaciers, and boasting 34,000 miles of coastline. Hidden within its wild terrains are mysteries and mind-boggling discoveries that continue to baffle scientists to this day. Acquired from Russia for a mere $7.2 million, a sum equivalent to about $150 million today, Alaska's purchase was initially mocked as a monumental blunder by the United States. Why would they shell out such a considerable sum for what appeared to be barren wilderness? Yet this transaction would prove to be a masterstroke for the U.S. This empty nothingness revealed itself to be a natural treasure trove, bursting with invaluable resources that have profoundly shaped America's economic and environmental landscape. More than anything, Alaska today represents the ultimate frontier for the country, a place where the bold can strike it rich, as long as they're tough enough to survive. Alaska is easily the biggest state, more than twice the size of Texas, which is the next biggest. However, the downside is that a lot of its land is either owned by the federal government or just too harsh to live on because of the tough climate conditions. As they say, it's a land of extremes in every sense. The climate swings from the long, harsh winters to surprisingly warm summers, shaping a lifestyle that is as much about resilience as it is about celebration. This stark contrast is woven into the very fabric of Alaskan life, making it a place where tradition and modernity coexist beautifully. As you travel through the state, you'll discover a dynamic culinary scene that serves everything from freshly caught seafood to innovative dishes that blend traditional native ingredients with modern flavors. Even its architecture, too, tells a story of adaptation and creativity, ranging from indigenous-inspired designs to contemporary structures built to withstand the harsh Alaskan environment. One could argue that Alaska's northern geographical position is both a blessing and a curse. Nestled atop vast natural riches, it finds itself in an enviable spot. On the other hand, as nations scramble to claim the Arctic's abundant resources, Alaska has become the focal point of escalating tensions. This fierce rivalry positions the region at the center of a brewing storm, likely to become an intense battleground for control. The emergence of new shipping lanes is poised to reshape global trade routes, while strategic military positioning in this region elevates Alaska from a mere participant to a critical battleground in the arena of global geopolitics. As nations vie to establish a foothold in this new frontier, it could quickly become a flashpoint for military tensions. The U.S., in an effort to safeguard its interests, may ramp up its military presence, which could escalate into a high-stakes standoff, particularly with Russia, a nation already enhancing its military capabilities in the Arctic. But beyond the political maneuverings that's present in this part of the world, it also has a deep, rich history. Despite its often harsh and unforgiving landscapes, Alaska has been a cradle of human history for thousands of years. With its dramatic landscapes, this region has always been a beacon for archaeologists and curious scholars. And indeed, the land delivered, revealing some of the most extraordinary discoveries that have the potential to reshape our understanding of human history. Let's now dive into these shocking discoveries, shall we? Underground Dark Pyramid. Beneath the untamed landscapes of Alaska lies a classified secret, known only to a chosen few. An enormous pyramid of mysterious origin, covertly identified as the Dark Pyramid. This immense subterranean structure is believed to surpass the size of the renowned Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt, suggesting it could be 4 times larger. Much of the information we have about this mysterious structure came from Douglas A. Muchler, a former counterintelligence officer for the U.S. Army stationed at Fort Richardson, just outside of Anchorage, Alaska. When he was first assigned to the area, he reviewed operational maps as part of his routine duties. On the map, he noticed a large area conspicuously labeled, "This area not surveyed to date." This unexplained omission stood out. He thought to himself, something is being hidden in that region. As he was familiar with the military's strict need-to-know protocol, he initially chose to ignore it. It would take years later before he would be able to piece out this puzzle. He was watching an evening news report detailing how the subterranean scans in Alaska had uncovered something astonishing. An underground pyramid located 80 kilometers southwest of Mount McKinley. Tunnels and elevator shafts were then excavated, allowing researchers to explore this remarkable structure hidden beneath Alaska's wilderness. What really caught Doug's attention was that the pyramid's location matched the spot on the map where he had previously noticed the uncharted area of Alaska. Suddenly, it all made sense. This was the hidden secret the government had been concealing in that mysterious region. He then decided to dig deeper into government documents in an attempt to uncover the truth, only to be confronted by 2 mysterious officials who confiscated the files and reiterated that he lacked the necessary security clearance. 2 decades later, Doug mustered the courage to contact Linda Moulton Howe, a celebrated investigative journalist and UFO expert, captivated by unexplained phenomena. In his email, Doug revealed his belief that the government was concealing a colossal pyramid-like structure beneath Alaska's surface. In July 2012, Linda unveiled the existence of the Dark Pyramid to the public during her appearance on the Coast to Coast AM radio show, featuring a pre-recorded interview with Doug. It was then that some informants who have knowledge and experience with the mysterious pyramid came out. One cryptic phone call that she had was from a man on the East Coast who corroborated Doug's claim. He asserted that he had personally seen the massive underground pyramid in Alaska. It became clear to Linda that the caller had insider knowledge about the pyramid. According to him, it was a formidable structure made of dark stone, measuring 550 feet from base to top. His detailed account lent further credibility to the existence of this hidden wonder. Another anonymous woman reached out to Linda, claiming to be a remote viewer. During her remote viewing session, she provided a detailed description of the pyramid and its surroundings, suggesting that its purpose was to harness the Earth's energy. What truly astonished everyone was her implication of potential extraterrestrial involvement, describing a humanoid figure guiding a group within the pyramid. Another account came from an individual, known solely as the 46-year-old adopted son of a retired Western electric engineer. He asserted that his father had informed him of the existence of a dark pyramid in Alaska. Furthermore, he revealed that his father had been involved in working on a potent electrical system within it during the early 1960s. However, to date, no physical evidence has been uncovered to confirm the pyramid's authenticity. With sparse information and only a handful of alleged military personnel coming forward, the true origins, or even the very existence of this pyramid, remain cloaked in mystery. Who were its builders, and what was their purpose? Some speculate that an extraordinarily advanced civilization, or perhaps even extraterrestrial beings, might have crafted the structure. This theory raises the question, could this be why authorities are determined to keep the existence of this structure a secret? Battleground for black gold. You might think Alaska is just a wild, remote place, but it's actually a battleground in a global tug-of-war for black gold. Oil. This land, full of secrets and beauty, hides a massive amount of oil beneath its surface. Oil and Alaska have a complicated and often rocky relationship. On one side, oil has been a blessing, creating jobs and boosting the state's economy for years. But on the flip side, the quest for oil poses a serious threat to its untouched wilderness and the creatures that call it home. Here's where things get intriguing. Alaska holds a vast treasure of untapped oil reserves, amounting to billions of barrels. It's like discovering a treasure chest in your backyard. But this treasure isn't just about potential wealth. It also carries the risk of destroying the state in the process of exploiting it to its fullest. As the U.S. strives to become a global oil powerhouse, Alaska finds itself at the heart of the action. On the plus side, increased oil production promises more jobs and revenue for the state. But it's not that simple. The scramble for more oil puts tremendous pressure on Alaska's delicate ecosystems and indigenous communities. This wild and beautiful land could soon be overrun by drills and pipelines. With oil prices high enough to make drilling lucrative, especially in key areas, expect fiery debates about the pros and cons of tapping into Alaska's oil reserves. This raises some big questions. How far is the government willing to go for oil? Is it worth risking Alaska's unique landscapes and traditions? We'll have to hope they can find a win-win strategy, balancing economic prosperity with environmental preservation. Bering Land Bridge. When the Bering Land Bridge surfaced, connecting Asia to Alaska, it paved the way for one of humanity's greatest migrations. Yet, recent studies challenge the long-standing belief that this bridge existed 70,000 years ago, long before the last glacial maximum. A team of scientists from Princeton discovered that the Bering Land Bridge was submerged until about 35,700 years ago. It only fully surfaced shortly before humans began migrating into the Americas. This revelation significantly narrows the time frame in which humans could have traveled from Asia to the Americas via this route. While the exact timing of human migration into North America remains unclear, genetic studies indicate that ancestral Native American populations diverged from Asian populations around 36,000 years ago, the same period that the Bering Land Bridge emerged. It was once thought that the Bering Land Bridge remained open for an extended period, allowing humans to cross at their leisure. But new evidence tells a different story. The bridge was submerged until it suddenly became passable, prompting a swift and daring migration into North America. This sudden movement marked the beginning of the journey for the ancestors of Native Americans. This finding raises intriguing questions. Why did humans decide to migrate as soon as the land bridge became accessible? And how did they navigate this new and unknown landscape? While we may not have all the answers yet, one thing is certain. Our ancestors weren't afraid to try new things. 36,000-year-old steppe bison for dinner. Back in 1979, gold miners working in the Alaskan permafrost made an extraordinary discovery. An amazingly preserved steppe bison, which they named Blue Babe due to its bluish hue caused by a coating of blue iron phosphate. This now extinct species of bison, larger than its modern relatives, roamed Europe, North America, and Asia during the Ice Age. Weighing nearly a ton, Blue Babe was one of the largest known bison from Eurasia. What made this discovery even more remarkable was the condition of the specimen. Claw marks on the rear of the carcass and tooth punctures in the skin suggest that the bison met its end at the claws of an Ice Age American lion. Evidence points to the bison's death occurring in the fall or winter, when temperatures were plummeting. The carcass likely cooled rapidly and soon froze, making it challenging for scavengers to consume. The bison retained most of its body, including intact skin and horns still attached to its skull, showcasing exceptional preservation. The state of the carcass was so remarkable that scientists concluded its flesh might still be edible. In a surprising twist, they decided to put this theory to the test. A paleontologist cut off a piece of the bison's neck, which was then cooked into a stew for a dinner party. The guests noted that it had an aroma reminiscent of beef, earth, and mushrooms. While the taste wasn't terrible, it was described as less pleasant than beef jerky. Remarkably, no one fell ill from this prehistoric meal. Rediscovery of the wooden fort. Researchers in Alaska have finally pinpointed the elusive location of a 19th century wooden fort using advanced radar technology. For over a century, the fort's exact site remained a mystery to investigators. While earlier archaeological digs uncovered tantalizing hints, they never managed to piece together conclusive evidence to confirm the fort's existence. The fort's significance cannot be overstated. It was the last line of defense before Russia's six-decade occupation of Alaska commenced in 1804. The Tlingit people built Shiskanu, or the Sapling Fort, on a peninsula in what is now Sitka, Alaska. In 1799, Russia dispatched a small army to seize Alaska and exploit its fur trade. However, the Tlingit bravely expelled them in 1802. Anticipating the Russians' return, the Tlingit spent 2 years constructing their wooden fort, which was trapezoidal in shape. When the Russians returned in 1804, the Tlingit courageously held off the Russian army and their Aleut allies for 5 days in a fierce battle. Their defense suffered a major blow when a canoe carrying gunpowder exploded on its way to the fort. Under the cover of night, the Tlingit clans escaped Shiskanu, crossing Baranov Island to reach Halibut Man Fort. After the Tlingits' retreat, the Russian and Aleut forces razed the abandoned fort, but not before meticulously mapping the site. The Russians then established a trading post, maintaining control of the region for over 60 years, until the United States purchased Alaska for just $7 million in 1867. Using geophysical imaging techniques and ground-penetrating radar, researchers from Cornell University and the National Park Service confirmed the existence of the long-lost fort. This rediscovery rekindles a deep sense of pride and reverence for the Tlingits' heroic stand, inspiring future generations to remember and honor their enduring legacy. Town under one roof. Imagine waking up late, but needing to get to work quickly without the hassle of a long commute. In Whittier, a coastal city in southern Alaska, this is entirely possible. Here, your home and your entire city are one and the same. Spanning about 51 square kilometers, Whittier is a truly unique town where everything, including the hospital, school, and city government, operates within a single self-sufficient structure, the Cold War-era Begich Towers Incorporated. This 14-story building, known locally as BTI, resembles a massive condo complex you'd find in a big city. Inside BTI, you'll find essential businesses like a grocery store that stocks basic cooking and cleaning supplies. Need to send mail or report a crime? Just take the elevator down to the post office and police station. There's even a church in the basement. No matter the stormy weather or giant snowbanks outside, kids here get to school through underground tunnels connected to their building. With a year-round population of only about 220 residents, Whittier is a tight-knit community where everyone knows each other. In Whittier, the saying, "treat your neighbors as family," takes on a whole new meaning. Mind control facility. For years, scientists seeking to unlock the mysteries of the upper atmosphere have turned to a remote Alaskan facility known as the High-Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, or HAARP. This cutting-edge transmitter array, one of the most powerful in the world, has been instrumental in studying fundamental natural processes occurring at the edge of our atmosphere. But This remote facility has been a target of suspicion and intrigue. In October 2016, a dramatic event unfolded when two men from Georgia were arrested with a small arsenal of weapons and a detailed plan. Their target was the HAARP facility, which they believed to be a clandestine mind control center. They were utterly convinced that HAARP was being used to manipulate the weather and brainwash the American public. It has been blamed for everything from earthquakes to the destruction of the space shuttle Columbia. It goes further in saying that it emits radio waves that could melt human brains. These beliefs drove their drastic actions. Looking at photos of the HAARP facility can give anyone the creeps, so it's no wonder it's been a magnet for speculation. The site itself is a massive setup, with 180 large antennas sprawled over 33 acres. Its remote location, 250 miles from Fairbanks and tucked away in the mountains, only adds to its eerie reputation. The fact that it has ties to the U.S. Air Force, Navy, and DARPA further fuels the mystique and feeds the conspiracy theories surrounding it. However, the government and scientists have repeatedly denied these claims, insisting that HAARP is just a research facility and nothing more. It's essentially just a larger, more powerful version of the radio frequency probes you can buy at an electronics store. Massive ice caves. Few places on Earth can rival the wonder of ice caves, and Alaska's vast landscapes are among the rare spots where you can witness this natural wonder. Stepping inside, one feels like entering another world. However, it's certainly not for the faint-hearted, as the environment is as dangerous as it is beautiful. These caves are natural formations created by meltwater streams flowing beneath glaciers, carving out intricate tunnels and chambers. This process involves a delicate balance between ice melting and refreezing, leading to a dynamic and ever-changing environment inside the glacier. These caves are seasonal and can change dramatically from one season to the next, or even within the same season. Because they're so unstable, exploring these subglacial wonders can be really risky and shouldn't be done without proper safety measures and guidance. The structural stability of these caves is constantly shifting, making it crucial to understand the glacier's current conditions and have the expertise to assess its safety. Without the right precautions, collapsing ice or shifting formations can be seriously dangerous for explorers. So if you're planning to check out these ice caves in the future, remember, explore at your own risk. Huge bloodthirsty mosquitoes. In Alaska, mosquitoes are so enormous that locals humorously refer to them as the state bird. The largest of these is the snow mosquito, which reaches the size of a full-grown American honeybee. Unlike their summer cousins, who either slumber or meet their end when the cold sets in, these pests continue their buzzing escapades through the winter months, thriving in conditions where others falter. These massive insects are impossible to miss due to their sheer size. But there's a catch. These swarms are incredibly aggressive. These massive insects are known to chase entire herds of caribou and can even drain a caribou of blood. If that's not downright terrifying, we don't know what is. So, if you're planning a trip to Alaska, don't forget to pack plenty of bug repellent. Mysterious golden orb. On a recent mission to explore the deep water habitats off the coast of Alaska, marine scientists came across something astonishing, a smooth, golden orb lying on the seafloor. Is it a golden egg, or perhaps something alien? No one really knows for sure, but they all agree on one thing. They've never seen anything like it before. To investigate further, the team delicately tickled the mysterious orb with a remote vehicle, revealing its soft, skin-like texture. Using a gentle suction device, they carefully lifted the orb from its rocky resting place for closer examination. Measuring over 4 inches in diameter with a small tear near its base, suggests something has come in or gone out. Because of its fleshy texture, researchers are more inclined to believe that it's an egg of an unknown creature. But everyone agrees it doesn't look like any egg they've ever seen before. If it is an egg, the big question is, what laid it? It's pretty large, definitely not a small fish egg. The fact that this egg was found all by itself is just as fascinating as its size. Usually, animals that lay eggs do so in groups, so if it was an egg, it's definitely out of the ordinary. Whatever the mysterious orb turns out to be, it has something new to teach us about the deep ocean and the incredible life forms that inhabit it.
No nation is hailed as a greater master of the seas than the Dutch. They've turned their close bond with the sea into an opportunity, harnessing its formidable challenges for their benefit. Through it, they've gained an unmatched maritime prowess, which propelled them into building one of the mightiest naval fleets known to history. Unknown to many, the Netherlands has been the birthplace of some major scientific innovations, including the microscope and, yes, even submarines. Those formidable underwater ships, often seen as symbols of national military strength, trace their origins back to this modest country. However, the Netherlands' contribution to human advancement goes even deeper, positioning itself as the hub for a series of groundbreaking discoveries that have catapulted the global scientific community with their profound implications. Although these discoveries may lack the spectacle of unearthing renowned artifacts, together they have profoundly reshaped our grasp of human history. Let's start our story by getting to know this stunning country. You might first think of windmills and tulips when you hear its name. But what's less known is that the Netherlands was once the world's wealthiest nation, a golden age of prosperity that defined an era. It was during the 17th century that the world witnessed the birth of the first multinational corporation, Dutch East India Company. This organization rose to prominence as a leading trade behemoth in a time characterized by vigorous worldwide exploration and intense rivalry for supremacy among other powerful nations, including Spain and Portugal. The company was so successful that it shattered the Portuguese stranglehold on the spice trade. It ascended into being a colonial titan, empowered with the authority to forge treaties, erect fortifications, and execute military campaigns. This formidable enterprise underscores the Netherlands' significant influence on global affairs and geopolitics at the height of its power. It's logical to conclude that the Dutch's outstanding abilities in water management and navigation stem directly from their distinct geographical landscape. Situated in northwestern Europe, the Netherlands, which literally translates to lowlands, is bordered by the expansive North Sea on its north and west, Germany to the east, and Belgium to the south. Spanning an area of 41,850 square kilometers, it ranks as one of Europe's smaller countries, securing the 32nd position in terms of land size. It edges out just above Moldova and sits narrowly below Switzerland. Devoid of any mountains, its highest peak barely exceeds 1,000 feet. Regrettably, the Dutch have consistently faced the relentless encroachments of the sea. They were starkly reminded of the water's ruthless nature in 1219, when the first St. Marcellus's flood unleashed its fury, resulting in a catastrophic deluge that claimed over 36,000 lives and decimated entire communities. Since then, they've decided to ingeniously battle against the sea by constructing an elaborate network of canals, dams, dikes, and pumping stations, transforming the way water interacted with the country, from inundation to navigation. Today, this system extends over 4,400 kilometers, safeguarding the low-lying terrain. This extensive engineering feat also explains the iconic windmills dotting the landscape, which were originally devised to drain water from the land, playing a crucial role in the nation's survival. Yet, with climate change persisting and sea levels climbing, the Netherlands' struggle is far from finished. Predictions suggest that by century's end, half of its population now residing on the land could find themselves beneath the waterline. In terms of the percentage of people affected, this positions the Netherlands as the most vulnerable country globally. The Dutch, renowned for their ingenuity, refuse to back down in this battle against nature. In fact, they lead the charge in pioneering solutions for future climate challenges. A prime example of their forward thinking is Rotterdam's floating farm, the world's inaugural floating dairy farm. This innovative venture houses 40 cows, with their milk processed right below deck, showcasing the Netherlands' commitment to sustainable and climate-adaptive technologies. The Netherlands has not only been exporting its renowned water management expertise globally, but its significance extends beyond that. Let's dive into the remarkable discoveries that have emerged from this small but profoundly significant country. Gigantic fossil in the cave system. Located just outside Maastricht, the St. Petersburg Caves hide a vast network of tunnels that have played a crucial role in the nation's history. These weren't just a source of natural resources, driving regional development, they also served as a shield, protecting the inhabitants from external threats. Buried deep within, a staggering find was unearthed that left both religious and scientific circles in awe: an enormous and mysterious skull. This discovery caused quite a commotion among the public and raised a burning question: who was the owner of this massive skull? Before we dig deeper into this discovery, let's first go back in time when the tunnels were first created. During a tumultuous period in history, Maastricht became the first Dutch city to succumb to Nazi forces. Amidst these challenging times, the residents masterfully harnessed the intricate labyrinth of the St. Petersburg Caves, transforming them into a clandestine operational base. This concealed stronghold enabled them to outwit the occupiers, creating a clandestine communication channel with the Allied forces in England, thus highlighting the strategic importance of these age-old tunnels. In succeeding years, the cave system even played a bigger role in advancing the growth of the region. Locals were made aware that the cave's limestone, with its 2-million-year history, represents a significant asset for construction projects. Due to legislation that endowed landowners with control over resources, both above and beneath their properties, the farmers turned into miners, employing chisels and saws to extract limestone blocks from the walls. They inadvertently created an extensive network of 20,000 tunnels by removing one block per day. Little did the early miners know that their network of tunnels would eventually uncover a discovery so remarkable it would astound the global community. In the 18th century, amidst the shadowy, moist, and treacherous passageways, they stumbled upon an extraordinary find: a massive skull measuring nearly 7 feet in length and 3 feet in width. Subsequent research has determined that it was the remains of a massive mosasaurus. This colossal marine reptile ruled the seas over 66 million years ago. Measuring 15 to 18 meters in length, it was known for its ability to consume large prey whole. These carnivorous creatures were the apex predators in their ecosystem, preying on other marine life such as enormous turtles, marine crocodiles, plesiosaurs, and a variety of large fish, including sharks. Characterized by a snake-like body, it featured a massive skull and an elongated snout. It's crucial to highlight that the discovery occurred in 1766, an era dominated by superstitions, with the fields of fossils, geology, and paleontology barely emerging. This revelation challenged traditional religious interpretations of the natural world, introducing a mysterious creature that sparked wonder and consternation among those who relied solely on biblical stories to understand their surroundings. In 1780, the site unveiled another skull, initially mistaken for a crocodile's by physician Johann Leonard Hoffmann. This find caught the attention of French revolutionaries, who, after capturing Maastricht during the French Revolutionary Wars in 1794, confiscated the fossil and transported it to France's National Museum of Natural History. Recognizing its immense scientific importance, the discovery was designated as a national treasure. Despite the ongoing appeals from Maastricht citizens for the return of the mosasaur skull, French authorities have steadfastly refused. To this day, the Netherlands' most renowned mosasaur specimen remains encased for display in Paris. Ancient Roman Temple. A large ancient Roman temple complex with sacrificial altars used by soldiers at the empire's remote fringes has been unearthed in Herven-Hemmeling, Gelderland, near the Dutch-German border. This significant sacred structure has remained a mystery until this groundbreaking discovery. This well-kept site gives us a special look at how Roman soldiers in this area practiced their religion. The narrative of Roman expansion in the Netherlands is a broad one, covering over 5 centuries. Julius Caesar's first-century military conquest of Gaul paved the way for Roman entry into the Netherlands. His triumph in the Gallic Wars secured vast territories along the Rhine River, previously home to various Belgic tribes in today's southern Netherlands. Outmatched by the might of Rome, these tribes were quickly overpowered. By around 55 BC, the ancient inhabitants of southern Netherlands were conquered, their lands seamlessly absorbed into the burgeoning Roman Republic, marking a new era of Roman expansion. Initially, the Roman presence in the area was predominantly military-focused. Under their control, the Rhine transformed into a protected waterway, serving as a vital transport route, akin to the highways of today, with a series of fortifications established along its banks. From 47 AD onwards, following Emperor Claudius's strategic pivot from Germania to Britannia, the Rhine became the official boundary of the empire. During the subsequent rule of the Roman Empire, the southern regions of present-day Netherlands were integrated into a province named Germania Inferior. This Roman dominion persisted until the dawn of the 5th century AD, when the Franks emerged as the preeminent force in the area. The tenacious Franks started encroaching on Roman lands in the Netherlands as early as the 3rd century. With the waning of Roman influence, their grip on the northern frontiers gradually weakened. Indications point to the abandonment of this temple complex at some time in the 4th century AD, marking the end of an era. Over time, many Roman structures were either renovated, repurposed, or completely demolished. Therefore, it was a significant relief for experts to discover the ruins of this complex, still intact in their original state. The site has yielded an extensive array of artifacts, such as coins and jewelry, alongside military items like spearheads, lance tips, armor fragments, and horse tack, underscoring its military character. These findings offer insights into the daily existence of soldiers positioned at the empire's borders, distant from Rome's central regions. Especially remarkable is the discovery of numerous well-preserved votive stones or altars dedicated to various gods, which is uncommon both in the Netherlands and worldwide. Among these, altars honoring deities such as Hercules Magasenus and Jupiter Serapis stand out, symbolizing the soldiers' appreciation for their survival in distant territories. 4,000-year-old Dutch Stonehenge. Stonehenge, nestled in the southern expanse of England, is one of the most recognizable ancient monuments in the world. In a striking discovery, scientists have identified a parallel wonder in the central Netherlands, close to the town of Tiel, a mythological shrine venerating the sun, dating back 4 millennia. This groundbreaking discovery marks a pivotal moment in archaeological exploration within the country, unveiling the oldest monument of its kind ever found on Dutch soil. Covering an expanse of over 9 acres, the site boasts 3 meticulously crafted earthen mounds. These structures, conceived with precision, ingeniously channel the sun's rays on the solstices, illuminating the ancient grounds with the calendar's most significant sunrises and sunsets. In addition to their astronomical significance, these mounds also hold a more earthly role, acting as burial sites for approximately 60 individuals across centuries, from 2500 to 1200 BC. Observing solstices and equinoxes was crucial in ancient times for guiding religious rituals and key farming activities, setting the pace for planting and harvesting. These celestial events probably became festive days, turning the farm at this site into a gathering place for community celebrations. This mix of sacred and everyday life shaped the early society's calendar and traditions. Another captivating find at the site was a glass bead from Mesopotamia, located a staggering 5,000 kilometers away. This artifact suggests that even 4,000 years ago, there were exchanges over vast distances, hinting at the intricate trade networks of ancient civilizations. In the end, the story of the Netherlands is much more than its famous dams and windmills. This nation has bestowed upon the world an abundance of archaeological discoveries, shedding light on historical truths that have reshaped our long-standing perceptions. But what are your thoughts about this? We hope you like our story. Until the next one.